Hello, everybody. Welcome back with week 3 of the Bro League. Today we have 5 flankers, 0 anchors versus Gummy GUers. I'm Dilly. I'm joined by my wonderful co-host Rock and Roll, and we're being spectated by Dynamite. So, Rock, kick it off with the Gummy GUers team.
Well, this team is still looking for a win this week. They have not, as of the time of the stream, they have not won a game yet, and they're hungry for a win. On this roster, you got Garrett, you got Quidney, you got Taysac, Z4, and Delta. They're on paper, looks to be a really good team, and hopefully they've stepped it up from their past couple of matches to face off against a really dominant-looking team in 5 FOA.
Yeah, 5 FOA. They are the Parm 5, who is actually I believe his name is Bussin Parm. He is the current MVP of Week 2. We have Baby Merchant, Mommy Marks, Hoy Hoy, and then in place of Danzer Montana, it is... Siren. Thank you, Dynamite. Siren is in place of Danzer Montana. And I believe last week, 5 flankers, 0 anchors actually had a 7-0 victory, so they came off a really dominant-looking performance. Trying to look to carry it on to today.
Yep, that is correct. They looked really good against Danger Platypus in their last match. Their first match against Eos Aute, they did lose in overtime, but they still looked really solid on just getting it into max overtime in the first place. So this is definitely looking a matchup of, or this is looking to be a matchup of a hot team looking to continue their streak off of a really hot game versus a team that's still looking to find a win. We'll see who is the better team today, I suppose. And let's kick it over to Matt Vance to see where this will be duked out. It is going to be Chalet. Gummy GUers are going to start out on the defense here. Skyscraper making it fairly deep into the map ban pool.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Chalet, pretty typical default map. Typically attacker sided. And 5 flankers, 0 anchors are going to be attacking. Gummy GUers defending. 5 flankers, 0 anchors electing to attack. Maybe want to try to start out something aggressive.
It would definitely seem that way, and with the roster that they have, I would thoroughly expect some aggressive play coming out from them. Well, we got both teams in the lobby now. We're going to be starting it up here really soon. What are your thoughts on who is going to win this match?
Well, I always like to root for the underdog, so if I was putting my money or my channel points down, I would be going for Gummy GUers getting their first win today.
I respect it. I just can't. To be honest, I just find it a lot more unlikely, considering that the record that they have had in their previous matches, especially going up a team against 5 FOA. So I'm going to go with the safe bet here and say that 5 FOA is going to take this match. We're getting into the operator bans here really quickly. Gummy GUers having the first attacking ban, getting rid of the Dokkaebi, makes a lot of sense. You can play very aggressively off of those calls. We're seeing a lot of Doke bans popping up in recent times with a lot of recent buffs and her power creeping her way back into the meta.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Dokkaebi, very great op. For here, I'm expecting a Flores ban. Yep, there we go. Flores, one of those great utility clearers, has stuns for even more utility clear. Great op, especially for dealing with like a blue shield or whatnot. Very, very great op. Not bad a gun too. We have Baby Merchant leaving the game.
Ooh, that is
that
is unfortunate.
Yeah, and then we get a Soulless ban. Probably the best defender out right now. Does not allow any preset drones. And then you can see all attacker utility. Like I said, probably the best op in the game right now. No surprise, she gets banned.
Indeed. Azami going to be the final ban that the Gummy GUers take her off of the board. We are going to see a Mira and a Valk go through the ban phase, which Mira, especially on a map like Chalet, could be very potent if played correctly here. We're going to have some technical difficulties here. A quick tech pause as we're waiting on a player to get back into the lobby. We will be back as soon as possible.
Alright, sorry for the delay, everyone. We seem to have it all fixed up, and we should be starting up the game pretty soon.
We're getting right back into the game now. A little bit of a delay here as one of the players, there was a little bit of power issue that we were having, but finally, we're in the game, and we get to watch a lovely, hopefully lovely game of Chalet here.
Yeah, and we see Gummy GUers electing to go to bar gaming first. That's honestly my preferred side on this map. Kind of requires a bit more coordination than some of the others, but if done right, it's probably the best site.
I would agree on that. Interesting thing to point out here, no presence of a Mira here. They're going to run the Valk instead, just kind of get some intel, some extra intel that they would not have from just default cams and whatnot. But otherwise, fairly standard lineup here. You got the Jaeger, you got the one mine, nothing too out of the ordinary to write home about here.
Yeah, we do see the smoke bringing out the FMG9 though. So maybe looking for a more aggressive play out of the smoke. Possibly going to be holding blue stairs, maybe? Because I know Z4 does tend to like to do that with the smoke. And then we probably have the one my probably playing suicide position, if I had to guess.
That would make the most sense.
And we see the attackers shifting off the Ace, Thatcher, and Zero, going for a Lion Lucky Nomad. It's interesting decision. They have 6 flashes. That's a good amount of burn. 2 nades, hard breach charges. Just in case they reinforce one of the hatches. Overall, a pretty standard lineup, I would say. A pretty standard lineup for both sides, actually.
Are making aggressive headway up towards the solar area. It looks like they're just going to try to over clear. Might be some drones on that side of the map. Just try to make some space. Gather some intel for him to push forward. He is in pocket. He can get rid of those deployables on blue and on mezzanine. But he's going to need someone else's help, as there will need to be some burn baby merchant over here on K9 to add some pressure over for the Mez player. It's going to be Garrett on the Valk, playing in that position. Drones coming in, trying to suss out more of these members on the side of the Gummy GUers. And now that they have all the controls they want, they're going to try to get rid of that shield here. As Taysak on the flank could catch out Siren if he comes up the west main stairs here. Z4, he's going to take on the spearhead of this advance from the side of FSA. A lot of mags come out. Nade will get tossed out as well. I'm not sure if that got the shield, actually. Z4 will be blinded, however. It did not get the shield. Another nade will get tossed out. That will miss as well. That is a huge misplay of utility there. Now they only have the 2 nades in pocket from Parm to get rid of those shields. First Toxic Babe will get tossed out for his Merchant. He's just going to push in. Ill-advised as the cross is there. Z4 will manage to take him out here, claiming the first kill of the round with just a minute left to go.
Yeah, and we see the attackers kind of stalling out on this utility clear over here. And we have a flank from Taysak that if... it seems like the attackers do in fact know about the flank. Some lines coming out. Doesn't seem to make any contact. Gunfight. Taysak serving as a great distraction, even if he doesn't happen to get a pick. Great time waste, especially because the attackers were delayed. And just like that, the attackers get the kill, but then it's traded out. And now it's a 2v4 in the side of Gummy GUers.
Bringing it down to the 30-second mark. This has definitely been a much better attack. But Garrett, he swings onto Marks, but she'll win that fight. Farm tosses out some drones to try to bait out possibly a peek there. He'll push on to K9. He'll get a little bit of damage from Z4. He'll take out Marks, and now he's just on for all of them. But it's not going to happen. 15 seconds left. Parm left in a 1v2. He's going to swing out, but Quidney, he's just better in that engagement. Really good initial defense from the side of Gummy GUers.
Yeah, it seemed the attackers may have misplaced some of their clear, not able to burn either shield, actually. The Jaeger Wamai combo may have been a little too much. Coordination might not have been there, and, a little ill-advised play, kind of just pushing the shield, because especially with the cross that the defense had in play, was able to shut down the attackers. And then you even had the flank that was able to delay more time. He didn't necessarily get a pick from it, but that time wasted along with the lack of utility clear from the attack, kind of ended it for them.
Yes, indeed. We're going down into the basement here for the second site in the rotation here. Gonna get a couple of picks that we don't actually see a whole lot often, but we do see them a lot more often on this specific site. You're gonna see a Goyo and a Melusi, which has been a rather elusive operator pick in recent times. We're also gonna possibly see Ying, which could indicate a hard push of either bunker or just a quick plant on the main wall.
Yeah, we see a bandit. He might be going for a bandit trick, judging by the place of the ADSs. Was that a nitro used to make a rotate? I believe it was. Yeah. I guess no one brought a shotgun.
I guess no one has a shotgun.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, interesting.
Well.
You don't see that every day. But yeah, it looks like the defender is going for a really protective strat. Bring both a bandit and a Kaid. It looks like the bandit trick is definitely going to be employed. I don't know how necessarily useful it'll be. The attackers do in fact have a Thatcher. So all those ADSs you see on the wall will kind of just go away once the Thatcher gets put out. And then assumingly Palm is going to nade through the drone hole, and then that bandit trick might be no more.
We shall definitely see. Round is now underway. A couple of players being lined up here from the side of 5 FOA on this main wall, waiting for the Thatcher to come in. Try and get this wall open. Sets up some flank watch and claymores. As now here comes the attempt at on the wall, and the nade is perfectly timed from Parm. That's an easy frag onto Garrett. The bandit down, the trick no more. As they will have that wall open, but Goya will deny an initial advance here, but it seems like they're all going to rotate over towards the other side, that being bunker. Going to leave Siren posted up on that main to apply some pressure as they're going to look to try and take wine.
Yeah, as you said, the attackers flipping the attack around. Looks like they're going to go kind of for like a pinch take. Have at least one person on the snowmobile door, trying to catch out any people that are trying to rotate, and your main attack is going to come into the bunker side, or in the boiler, and probably try to go for a call. Looks like there's another C4 down from Quid. So that actually leaves 0 C4s left, so there's no denial left from the defense. So if the attackers know that, they may be able to go for a quick plant without any denial, although Gorilla is playing on the hatch. So their only form of denial is actually in their weaponry, not any utility. So the second thermite charge is placed on the wine wall, facing towards Big Garage. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to open it, or they have an ace, I guess, actually. So they're probably going to use the ace to open up the boiler wall, and then maybe try to execute from there.
The Rummers are getting a call to retreat back into the site now. Now the breach is being open, merchant spraying to try to catch someone swinging the pillar, but alas, no one's there. Taysak, the one who needs but hit on the flank. I don't think anyone knows that he's there. He'll find the first on the Siren. Brings it back into the 4v4, but the plant is all but confirmed. Hoi Hoi getting it down. Wine will be the plant spot here at the farm. He's going to cover the plant. He's going to get taken out by Taysak there. And here comes the retake, and it's tit for tat. Quid finds Hoi Hoi, but Merchant there to respond. Marks will be down, leaving it all into Merchant in a 1v2. Does have the diffuser planted and some flank utility set up. So in reality, he just has to win his ones. Taysak's corner, trying to find one. Both will miss. Swings the corner. Merchant will find one. Z4, 15 seconds left. Swings out, finds Taysak. That's an easy 1v2 for Merchant as he clutches it up for the attack.
It was a great attack, able to open up every hard wall, it seems, and then kind of wasted the defender's utility, with the wasting the nitro for a rotate, and then Quid using a nitro quite early. A lot of no form of plant denial left from the defense, and then the attackers were able to execute off of that and get an easy plant down, and then, yeah, as you said, Merchant with the easy 1v2 onto Z4 and, who was it? C4 and Siren, actually, yeah. Now we're going to go back down to Wine Cellar. Looks like a pretty similar lineup. The only difference is they're subbing out the Bandit for the Warden. Probably deciding that the Bandit trick was ill-advised. Kind of a waste of an operator with that quick nade we saw from Parm, able to eliminate the Bandit. The attacker is also going for a pretty similar lineup. I believe the only difference is the 0. I don't recall if there was a 0 last round. And then there's no ace either, actually.
Yes, indeed. Oh, Hoi Hoi swapping over onto the ace, and Well, that's unfortunate.
Oh yeah, Baby Merchant out again. I believe he is going through a storm, so his internet may be a little spotty. That might be the reason for him dropping.
Yeah, we're most likely going to have to call for another rehost.
Yeah, it does look like we are going to be rehosting to hopefully get him back in here.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, looks like we're going to have another little quick rehost. We're going to have some more technical difficulties, so I apologize for that. Once we get it all sorted out, we'll be right back out. All right, and we're back. Once again, we really apologize for the delay. Some internet troubles due to some storm. You know, like what can you do? But it looks like we have Nyx subbing in place for Baby Merchant now. And we should be starting up back pretty soon. Yep, and there we go. Right back into the game. Alright, so, as you guys know, when a rehost happens, defenders have to pick the same bomb site, same lineup. Attackers, because the round hadn't yet started, can kind of pick whoever still. So a little bit of disadvantage to the defense if the attackers knew about it. But Yeah, so we're gonna see, the warden instead of the bandit like we saw previously. Yeah.
Yep. Once again, we're heading back down into the basement site here. Definitely looks like a more kind of bunker-centric lineup coming out from the side of the defense. They don't have the bandit anymore. They're just gonna throw whatever on the wall and just wait for it to get opened and play around it. From what it looks like, they got the warden. They got a bunch of C4s on Garrett, Delta, and Quid, as well as some of those toxic babes. So they're just gonna play a lot for the plant denial here, waiting for that rotation to maybe come out again from the side of 5FOA on the attack.
Yeah, it makes sense because as we saw in the last attack, one of their main downfalls was that the defense didn't have enough plant. Burning the C4 real early to make the rotate. This time they brought the smoke to do that. And then not only that, I believe it was Garrett on the bandit getting picked off real early with the nade, losing a C4 there. So now they're gonna have 3 C4s, the Goyo canisters, and smoke. Plenty of plant denial. It seems like the defense kind of recognized what their downfall was and adapted greatly to it. And we see the attackers probably going to go for the same type of take. Looks like they're going for the snowmobile wall real early. Seems they brought out a Capital this time. Great op. Probably going to go for another execute. I imagine going the wine side again, using the Capital bolts to kind of burn blue and connector if I had to guess. But here we see the attackers going to go for the wall again. It doesn't look like they're tricking, so Palm is probably not going to expend a nade on the drone hole. Yeah, no, he is not. Okay. Yeah, so we see the attack. He has a drone up in bar, probably looking for any flankers coming out from the side of the Gummy GUers. It looks like the defenses, or the attackers, are maybe shifting over for a high take again.
Very good position of one. C4 will get tossed out, but it's null as it gets shot out by Parm, who has the read on that. Garrett's gonna rotate back downstairs here. He's left Quid on for a potential flank later in the round. And yep, here we see it again. Rotating over to Wine. They're going to try to establish a presence inside of bunker, get some walls open, and hopefully get a quick plant going, which worked well for them last time, even though it came down to 1v2. Quid, he will be droned out on this potential flank. Hoy will move up those last stairs to try and cut it off. Quid, I believe, is long gone. Next, hopefully, the wall get control of the pillar. C4, he's ready. He's got the shield. He's got 3 toxic babes in pocket here to deny this advance, as well as that Goyo fire. Nyx will swing out, take a little bit of damage from the fire. He immolated. Z4 with 2? What was that? My god, he's insane. They line up for him. Both easy headshots. Might have a third, but Siren, he will spot his head out first. Goes onto the blue player. That's going to be Taysak. No damage exchange in between. Couldn't be still up top to deny plant from the hatch should he need to. And now the bunker setup has gotten underway here from the side of Gummy GUers. Farmville entry in, but Quid, he's better in that fight. Swings back down. He'll find a 2 for Siren down. It's now all on Hoy in a 1v4. Surely not. Fire left in pocket. He'll fire off the pillar. There's no one there. They're all just going to hold the cross. They know they can just play time and Quid on the hatch with 3. We'll close out the round.
Yeah, with the defense we saw from the Gummy GUers, we saw Z with the nice 2-tap onto the 2 operators that lined up with each other. I think maybe a little bit tad over aggressive with going for the heat check and get shut down, but then we saw Quid being able to shut down the attackers, both above and into the bomb site. Great defense from them, and let's see if they can continue it over onto the master bedroom site.
That was absolutely fantastic play from both Z and Quid. They got to be fired up now. You can see them swapping over to more aggressive roles here. They're going to bring out the Legion, which we have not seen yet on this defense, which could prove beneficial.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by...
Yeah, the Legion, probably going for to try to stop a little lurk play. I know Palm loves the little lurks like that. We see, Quid on the Ramai, who just got his 1.5 scope. Nasty operator. And then we see, you know, the Cade for the wall denial. Maybe not the most useful op, especially with the Thatcher being up, although the attacker I'll bring it in, yeah. Then we see the IQ as well, so yeah, that Cade claw is probably going to get notified pretty quickly by the attackers. And then we see the Ace being their form of heartbreach that they elect to pick. Actually, this is maybe for a lobby run? Putting some good lines at lobby door. Yeah, looks like they're gonna defense is gonna go for a little library side lobby run. Probably trying to slow down the attackers. You know, not really have that much planted on. I guess they have the smoke and the nitro from Cade. Other than that, they have no form of denial for the plant. We see the attackers. We see Pawn trying to enter quickly in the games. It seems like they have some idea that the roam is here. Let's see, takes that going into the basement. Probably trying to go for a little lurk play. We see Z drowned out. Will Pawn be able to capitalize on this? It doesn't seem he's pushed in quite yet. Oh, he's in stock actually. So yeah, Pawn getting really aggressive on this entry. Can't seem to find anyone out yet. But it seems he's being droned in still. We have one in K9, we have Mommy Mix and the Ace. Trying to fit a contest on to K9.
Got two players in the basement here from the side of GUers. Oh, and Nade from below. That could catch out Quid if he just doesn't move. Pings come out, Nade goes out. Easy kill. The pings are correct, and the Nade is on point. The Wamida fall. The Magnus will remain in play, but they have K9 control, and now the other two members of GUers are going to try to flank these members. Z4 and Taysak coming up two different stairs to try to get the drop on some of these players. They got to be careful if they want to keep that man advantage, and there it is. Z has a nice headshot onto Nyx. That's going to be the buck remove. And now it's back to a 4v4. No discernible man advantage here. And it seems like it's a much better advantage for the side of GUers now. And that's going to make it even better. Garrett finds marks, but equalization happens from Parm as he managed to take out Taysak. That's one of the two roamers. But now, 1 minute left. The GUers are just going to play on the site. They're going to bunker down, play those people. Garrett playing on this tight angle, has Siren swinging on it. He's just going to walk in. He's not expecting just the swing. He walks in, takes the smoke out, and now 50 seconds left. They just have the C4 for that denial. Z4 playing on that Master's side, trying to watch Kane here. C4 will come out. It's not going to catch Siren. He backs out of there. Parm on that big window, ready to watch the cross here. Boy, he'll start tossing out nades, hopefully to cover his plant. He's going to try to go for the half wall here. Plant will start. 30 seconds left, and there it is. Parm with the cover. He'll find Delta. Now it's all left on Z4, and he's not going to be able to find much. Hoi Hoi with the final kill after getting that plant down. Tie up the game once again.
Yeah, we saw that defense, start to experience some hiccups when we saw Quid get naded. And then, it was kind of just a back and forth, until Siren took the initiative and took out the smoke with that really ballsy swing. It seemed as if Garrett was not expecting him to swing at all. He had the smoke in his hand. Kind of a hero play right there. It's one of those plays. Sometimes you win it, sometimes you lose it. If you would have lost it, it would have put the attackers in a pretty big deficit. But we saw, from that point on, it was a 3v2 after that, and the attack was able to hold on, get the plant down, and greatly executed crosses were able to deny any denial from the defense. Now we see the defenders was electing for the bar side again. This is where they got one of their victories. This defense from them actually looked really great. We saw the attackers not really able to clear any of the utility out. Defenders able to hold strong. And it seems as if the defenders are probably electing for the same lineup as previously, hoping for maybe some of the same success in denying the attackers' utility.
Once again, we see Z4 with that FNG9. Once again, no Mira being brought, but they're gonna sub out the Valk in that scenario. They really, really like this Valk, and I'm kind of concerned that they're not bringing a lot more anchor-heavy setups, because as you saw in the last couple of rounds, when they anchored, they typically did a lot better. We saw that in round number 3 there with the just stall that defense on pillar with some well-placed shots as well as some of those toxic evades. So a very roam-heavy setup could end up punishing them here without a solid anchor presence. I'm not sure if they have anyone at least close to the site. Could be incorrect on that. Taysak is going to be meeting this initial presence from Parm. Drones will come in to try to find him, but that will get shot out, I believe, elsewhere, or either they just got off of the drone. Taysak is still unspotted in the kitchen position. Late utility being placed down. They do have Delta in the site here to try to deny just a quick rush should they call for it, but it doesn't look like it. They're going to stick with this overclear.
Yeah, we see the attackers going for the overclear, as you said. Quick mattress going out from Garrett doesn't seem to catch anything. They're a little premature. It seems like the attackers are setting up to try to clear up the utility on blue, nade the shield eventually. Let's see if they're able to improve upon it from last time. We see Taysak actually falling back to the side. No more rumors from the side of the defense. That bout cam is gone. It seems... Ooh. Almost a kill we see from Nyx. Or on Nyx, rather. We see the shield gonna get naded. Did he get the shield? He did get the shield this time, and Smoke's gonna take a lot of damage. Z4 now on 1 HP. The shield is gone. The attackers improving tremendously from their last attempt to clear up the site. Now they just have the Mez shield. The Smoke on blue, I believe, is falling back. Maybe not all the way back, but at least isn't able to play as comfortably at the top. We see another flash. We see Delta fall. Delta was their site player. So we see maybe only Taysak left in sight, actually. Oh no, it seems this Squid fell back down the site too. We see the attackers have a lot more control. Garrett's still trying to hold on to the library as long as he can. We see Quid fall, but then immediately traded out by Taysak. And we see Garrett get nixed, but then traded out immediately by Parm. It's a 3v2 Parm going nuclear. It is a 3v1 of the attack now.
Looking a lot better from the side of 5FOA on this attack. They want that third round. Taysak, he'll find Parm though. That ends his reign of terror. Marks trying to equalize. They know a vague position of where he is. Lines up the headshot. Will not get the clutch. Marks shuts it down. Makes it 3-2 for the side of 5FOA.
Yeah, and we saw, the attackers learned a lot from their last bar attack. Able to actually clear out that blue shield, which caused them so much troubles the last time. Once they did that, it was all of a matter of taking the map control, getting a few picks here and there, and then from there on, their execute was great. It caused a 3v1, I believe it was, and then, Taysak stuck in the lobby, not able to deny the plan, and then we see Mommy Marks come for the finishing kill. We see the defense electing to go to bar again, changing up the lineup a little bit. We see the Valk getting subbed out for the Warden. Now, I wonder if that is for the utility clear that we saw. Maybe to try to hold out a little bit longer. Still no Mira, though, interestingly enough. Mira, great operator on this site. Able to probably help out a little more outside of the Warden, but, we'll see what the defense can do with it, with Warden. And then we see the attackers. Looking for, I believe it's the exact same lineup. Yeah, the exact same lineup as they had last time. The IQ, honestly, probably not necessary now. No Valk in play. Probably elected to go for some more utility clear, but it looks like he may stick it. Yeah, but it looks like the Valk's being, or the IQ's being stuck. But yeah, we see the attack probably going to try to go for the same clear they had the last round. Over clear, we see Siren actually spawn. I wonder if they're just going to be here for some pressure, see if there's any Valk cams or whatnot. But yeah, it looks like Parm going to go for a quick entry to the building. We see Taysak actually holding a more aggressive position than last time. Falling back to kitchen, though. Doesn't seem anyone immediately acting upon him. They have him on cam, though, and if he doesn't know, this entry up from West Main from Parm may be devastating.
Well, now they definitely know this position. Parm's going to try to come up West Main to catch out this player. I believe it's Taysak in the kitchen. Yes, he is. He's now going to play on that Ivy position. Not a whole lot of people to back him up, so Parm could find an easy frag if he goes unnoticed here. Just going to hold flank here. Taysak rotates back into the kitchen, now trying to contest some of the control here from the side of 5FOA, as Nyx is also now in trophy. Tried to hold the small angle, doesn't see Parm. Oh, he sees his head, tries to line up the shot, but Parm's just better in that engagement, gets the opening pick. Minute into the round here, now they'll rotate up to Solar to try to find some map control upstairs. Garrett tries to engage with Nyx, but Nyx will win that fight anyway. Now a really good man advantage being held from the side of 5FOA. They've yet to lose a player. Parm is lit up. He could die to a smoke or just one shot from any of the guns on the lineup of the defenders right now. Especially, and as well as this frost mask could very well equalize man count very quickly. Siren, he's coming up snowmobile stairs. He'll find one onto Quid. Get contested by Delta on the bomb chassis, though. No sight control to be found just yet from the side of 5FOA. Here come the Toxic Babes. E4 trying to deny some advances from the side of 5FOA, but it might seem as if it's just inevitable at this point. The grenade will get cooked. I'm not sure if that got the shields. E4, he'll find a pick for his troubles. The shield goes down. Finds Nyx. Make that a 3v2 now. Delta finds Siren, an over-aggressive Siren trying to push into the site. Last Toxic Babe will go out, trying to catch what little remains of Parm, but he's going to jump out the window. He's not going to breathe in any of those toxic fumes. So now we go into the final 30 seconds. They've managed to claw back a much more reasonable man advantage here. A 3v2 is a lot more winnable than the position that they were in, finding a pickup piece. Now 20 seconds left on the clock. They have to make an execute happen here. Everyone is low. Marks will sprint and find Legend, but Z4, he's ready for the trade. 1v2 shots will land onto him from the side of Parm. Sprints in, but he'll get off the plant to swing onto the final defender. 4-2 half for the side of 5FOA.
Yeah, in that defense, we saw kind of a case of the defenders getting a little too aggressive on their roam. It was pretty early on. It got turned into a 5v3. You know, the anchors tried their best to kind of claw it back, but, you know, 5v3 man advantage, not something you can always come back from. And here we see, you know, we're going to the side swap. We see that 5FOA actually electing for master bedroom as their initial site. You know, as opposed to Gummy GUers, I believe they picked bar as their favorite site. We see the 5FOA going with a bandit on this site. Interesting enough, especially with a Thatcher app. I wonder what their idea is on that. I wonder if they're trying to go for a bandit trick, or maybe just picking bandit for the nitrous on the gun. Either way, you see the defenders going for maybe a little bit of a semi-aggressive, semi-anchory type setup. Parm on the Goya. We've been actually seeing Goya quite a lot in this matchup, and then Lucy as well. Now, two ops that are pretty good, but maybe not utilized as much as they could or should be. And then we see the attackers, you know, kind of bringing out a kind of a standard lineup, you know, with your Ace, your Valk, your Nomad, or I said IQ, Nomad, and then your Iana. Probably the IQ and thinking that they're probably going to bring a no Valk for the defense though, so IQ maybe be a little bit of a waste pick. Unless, you know, you're just going for the gun, in which case, you know, all power to Z4. You know, he is a crazy gunner at times. But we see the attackers looking for an over clear, starting from the libraries. We see not really many drones going in ahead of them, at least just yet. It looks like there's 3 on the balcony. We see Delta throwing out his drone. Probably for the Quid entry. We see Bandit. Oh, okay. Bandit actually tricking the library wall, or at least has his bandit battery on it. It looks like they're going to hold this maybe to the death with all the utility they brought over here to cover that. You see Quid looking a little bit cautious about hopping in, especially with all the manpower that the defense has covering that. We see Siren actually bring up an ADS just a little bit too late. That's really unlucky.
Yeah, at least it won't happen again. There it is. Nade will get denied from Quid. He'll swing out. He'll find that pick onto Siren anyway. Into the favor. Oh. Spots out the bandit. He's gonna go for the... What is happening right now? What was that? Nyx finds one onto Quid, but the fire will take him out. Now, here comes the C4 from Parm. He'll find what remained of Quid. bring it into a 3v3. We got a minute and 30 left on the clock here. They're making decent headway. They have library and mez control here. They could start working piano, but the threat of Parm underneath could stall this out. No C4 and pocket though, with the potential of flank assault.
Yeah, we see Aura actually making a couple more holes. Probably gonna look for some holes so he can throw his smokes through. We see the only denial the defense now has is actually his toxic fade. We see the attackers kind of stalling out a little bit. Maybe not knowing where to push. We see Garrett droning. The breach is in fact open. We see Palm below. No nitro cell though, so his only denial would be either flanking or maybe trying to wall bang the floor. We see, Taysack on the piano window, maybe looking for a pick on Mommy Marks. It looks like Mommy Marks is not going to give him anything, though. Liking the hold in the corner. Kind of trying to stall out the attackers. 40 seconds left. These toxic grapes, if used right, can delay the attackers all the way up to double zero.
Yeah, well, in comes the first of said toxic babes. It'll damage Garrett a little bit. He'll also force him to rotate out of the half-ult position. Now they're going to have to pour into piano here to try to find a safe plant spot, but Marks is lying in wait to find one, but no more. Taysack marches in, spots out Hoi Hoi. It's now a 1v1, a trade between Parm and Delta. He'll run in, but Hoi Hoi, he has the gun up. He's not sprinting, and he'll find the 1v1 clutch here to bring the first defensive round on the side of 5 FOA.
Oh, yeah. Great defense from 5 FOA. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Hoi Hoi actually has the second most amount of clutches in the league. Let's see, I believe with that one, it brings his total up to 3 clutches, which, looking at the stats real quick, yeah, it looks like that is indeed the second most amount of clutches next to Hobbs, who I believe has 6, which is actually insane. But anyways, we see the defense of 5 FOA electing to go to bar now. And we know, as we said previously, that was Gummy GUers' first elected site. So we see for the 5 FOA, I can go for a pretty similar lineup to what Gummy GUers brought. The only addition is to actually bring the Aruni, which I love the Aruni. Just that little bit extra denial, or utility denial, that is. Putting it on the piano double. So now they're going to need to use something to burn that on top of all the Lamai and ADSs that are going to be placed. And then on the attacker side, we see a Jack being run. Okay, it seems like the Gummy Guru is expecting a roam from 5 FOA. Bringing the IQ again, there's not all that much clear or explosives being brought out from Gummy GUers rather. The only explosive we have is from the nades of Ayana, and then I guess there's burn from Nomad and no, not even Jackal. Jackal elected to bring the Claymores. That's pretty interesting. So yeah, not much utility clear seen from the attack. Maybe not trying to go for an overtake because otherwise utility clear is the name of the game for an overtake on a bar defense.
Definitely seems so. It looks like they want to take library direct here, which they're going to have to contend with the suicide player as well as that blue player. It's going to be Nyx working his way inside of Smoke Office. That's the Lamai. You got Parm playing inside of suicide here. Tried to stall out just a flood of the bathroom here. Flashbangs will start pouring out to try and burn some ADSs. We'll actually flash Taysack. Quid is working his way over from the master side, trying to get some pressure over towards Piano, the Ivy Hall. However, they still have to contend with the players inside of Library itself. Once again, you have Parm sitting inside of Suicide. You have Taysack on that small window. As far as I'm aware, no one's sitting on that main window, so the pressure on both sides is not really there. So, if need be, Parm could just drop the hatch for free without needing to worry about any form of cover coming up from the side of the attackers. He could just rotate freely. In the minute 30, there's a lot of time being stalled out, and it will get tossed out. It's cooked for a little too long. Now, they're going to try to get rid of the shield. Parm finds the first frag onto Garrett. That's the Jackal gone. I believe he tried to hop in towards Library. Once again, as I said, he got killed by the suicide player because you don't have a whole lot of pressure on him. Nade will get tossed out, do a lot of damage onto Nyx. take out some utility next on a sliver of HP, and Quid will finish what he started. Brings it back down to a 4v4, but there's a minute left on the clock, and the side of 5 FOA, they're still in really good positions. They still have Mez control. They still have that player in Suicide. Not a whole lot of pressure on either of them. Pressure is going to start to mount here. Z4 from Mez. He does not spot Siren. Z manages to bring him down, and here comes the swings. Now, all of a sudden, now it's a 2v2. Hoi Hoi and Marks against Delta and Quid. 30 seconds left. Looks like they're just going to have to try to go for a hatch drop here. Toxic Babe will get tossed out from Hoi Hoi to deny it. But now they know where the smoke is. Sitting inside of stock. Don't think they know where Marks is, though, but they're going to have to make a move here. There's now 15 seconds left on the clock. They're going to have to try to flood in through bar. Quid is stalling out on the stairs. They need to push through the bar. Hoi Hoi lying in wait. Toxic Babe comes out. 5 seconds left on the clock. Plant will get started. It's a 1v1 trade. Marks just has to hide, and that's exactly what she'll do. Pushing her team to match point here on Chalet.
Yeah, and that was the case, so what we were kind of talking about earlier. The attackers not really bring that much utility clear, and we kind of saw that be the death of them, right? Only able to clear out the blue shield, not able to clear out Suicide or even Mez until it was too late. And even then, they didn't clear it out. They just kind of won the gunfight. And then, the 2v2, Hoi Hoi, as we said, one of the more clutch players, able to kind of stall out the attackers. Got the 1-for-1, and then Mommy Marks hiding to win the round. Great stuff from the side of 5 FOA. We now see they elect to go kitchen, and we see them bringing out the Valk, Mute, Jaeger, Smoke, and Belusi. So it seems like they're, going with the Valk. I'm surprised Parm's actually not playing the Valk. I know Valk's one of his favorite ops. Has some great stats on it. It allows him to get a little cheeky. Here we see the attackers bringing out 2 hard breaches. Probably going to go for a office breach, and then as well as the main breach, probably bring just hard breach, to make sure they get that done. Then we see them with the Nomad, the Iana, and then a Sledge for extra nades. Actually, switching off all the hard breaches now. Okay, Z4 switching back to hard breach. I'd be worried a little bit for a second. We see
in the first half.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but we see, attackers going for a pretty standard lineup, I would say. It seems like the teams today are really loving the IQ bit. Valk every round, but when Valk is brought, the IQ, great counter for that. We see the IQ, or the Valk is playing up in Master right now, throwing some cheeky cams up there, maybe trying to go for a Nitrous Elf from below if I had imagine. Falls in the hatch, whether inadvertently or not. Anyways, we see the attackers going for a library overtake. We see Quid already on the library balcony. Probably has some drones in front of him and gonna try to take the library as quick as possible. We see Z getting some damage on Siren through the drone hole. Kind of cheeky little angle right there. And we see Quid now electing to take in library. Seems that Mez is clear, so they have this side of the map fully under their control. But now it's just a matter of getting open the office wall, trying to clear out the roamers from up there, and then opening up the main breach and getting on their execute. We see Nyx testing on the head holes. If the attackers don't actually notice this could be maybe a possible easy thing from Nyx. Opening the breach, it seems. One of the Valkyries spotted out and destroyed. Nyx gets droned out, forced to move from the office. And he gets smoked by Z4 from the rappel. What an angle from him. That's a quick 4v5 inside of Gummy GUers. This is looking pretty good for them so far.
Excellent shot coming out from Z4 to get that opening pick. Really tight angle to play there, and I just want to say it was a very impressive shot. He's just landing a bunch of impressive shots today, ain't he? Siren contesting over towards the piano side as Quid wants to take the engagement over here. He's going to take that piano control. Grabbing a nade, could find Parm. The trade of explosives will come out, but Parms connects. Quid to fall. We're back in a 4v4. They still have control of this top floor. They're stalling out these attackers a whole lot. That C4 was huge because now you got that spearhead off of the board here. Garrett trying to contest, looking for the player towards bathroom, but one's going to jump over the solar banister. Free back to site. Parm doing some late reinforcing over here. Siren is also going to treat down those solar stairs. They're going to bunker here. They got 45 seconds. They got time on their side. They might not have vertical, but hey, they could bunker down, and they could possibly trade it back into a 3v3 here. Parm to fall. So now we see once again the side of GUers has the advantage. Mark sprays. She'll find some tags onto Taysak, who's now trying to pinch out this flanker. Siren waiting for the flank. He shoots out that air jab there, but I believe they are aware of his position. No, they might not have. They might not have the position. There it is. Siren with 2, but it's equalized from Garrett. Now it's just a 2v2. But they have no case control. They have no map control. It's looking like 5 FOA are taking it 7-2 here on Chalet.
Wow. Once again, what a great attack. Oh, what a great defense, rather, from 5 FOA. Flank from Taysak, really being able to shut it down. And I don't know if you noticed, but he shot the air jab out with a pistol that was silenced. So the attackers maybe didn't hear that. It seemed that they initially knew about their flank, but kind of decided maybe not. And then that silenced pistol on the air jab may be what sent them. And I just want to give a shout out to Dynamite, who actually predicted the correct score of this game, the 7-2. Great stuff from him. Great observing as always. But we had a great matchup here today. Final score 7-2 in favor of 5 flankers, 0 anchors. I'm Dilly. That's Brock. Thank you for watching this broadcast this week, and actually we'll be on for another game, I believe, starting in about 15 minutes or so. So if you guys want to hang around, we'll be back soon with another great BroLeague game for us.